So today we are going to start with type of classification. Now here we'll discuss the classification as per given by taxonomists earlier. So we'll discuss what all things. We'll discuss 2 kingdom classification, 3 kingdom classification, 4 kingdom classification and 5 kingdom classification. Now the first 3 are not so important, but we'll discuss 5 kingdom classification in much more detail. Okay, so we'll start with 2 kingdom classification first. So basically 2 kingdom classification was given by Linnaeus. Okay, and he classified the entire kingdom into Plantae and Annexia. Okay, so basically here like all organisms have been divided into 2 groups, plants and animals, and it is done on the basis of presence or absence of cell wall. So on what basis he classified? Presence or absence of cell wall. Okay, so plants had cell wall whereas animals lacked cell wall. Okay, now the other one is 3 kingdom classification. Now this 3 kingdom classification was given by Haeckel. Okay, and what he did is he separated some unicellular, so he classified it into 3. So plants and animals were already there. What he did is he separated unicellular animals, that's algae and fungi, from other organisms on the basis of lack of tissue differentiation, and the new group was called Protista. So he basically divided into 3 kingdom: plant, animal and Protista. And how come Protistants are different from plant and animals? So basically they are unicellular animals, okay, and they lack tissue differentiation. Okay. Next is 4 kingdom classification. So basically 4 kingdom classification was given by Copeland. Okay, what he did is he classified it into 4 different kingdoms. Okay, so Protista is there, plant is there, and animals are there. Okay, he added one more kingdom. Okay, so this separate kingdom is basically for the bacteria and related organisms, and this was known as Monera. Basically this is for bacteria or similar organisms. So this differentiation basically came from the thing that the related organisms have a different nuclear structure. So this classification was done on the basis of different nuclear structure. Okay, and then came the 5 kingdom classification. Now basically 5 kingdom classification was done in between 1969 to 1990. This is the most recent and the most valid classification. It was given by R.H. Whittaker. Okay, 1969 he gave this classification, and he was basically an American taxonomist. Now how he divided the kingdoms are basically on various factors like the cell type, the cell wall, okay, then what kind of nuclear membrane do they have, is it present or absent, the body organization, and the mode of nutrition. Basically he took into consideration various factors, and he divided the entire kingdom into five classes, that is Monera, Protista, Sanjay, Plantae, and Animalia. Okay, so we'll discuss the entire five kingdom classification in detail on the basis of various factors it was categorized into. Okay, so these various factors basically are cell type. Okay, then the second factor was cell wall. Third was nuclear membrane. Then body organization. And lastly, the mode of nutrition. So here in this diagram, as we can see that it started, the direction of evolution is from down to up. As we go up, the organisms have evolved. So basically the monerans were the primitive ones. Now here the monerans are prokaryotes, okay, and unicellular. So as you can see, the dividing line basically says that the organisms below the line are prokaryotes and above the line are eukaryotes, and then below this line the entire kingdom is unicellular, and then above this line it's multicellular. Okay, so what does exactly prokaryotes and eukaryotes mean? Basically prokaryotes are single celled, that is one thing, that they are single celled. Okay, and they lack membrane bound organelles. So basically they lack membrane bound cell organelles. So monerans are first prokaryotes, then they are unicellular. Okay, now what kind of cell wall do they have? So they have non-cellulosic cell wall, nuclear membrane is absent. Okay, then body organization is cellular. And what kind of nutrition do they have? They are autotrophs basically. Okay, so they are mixed. Sometimes they are autotrophic, sometimes they are heterotrophic. What does both mean? Autotrophic means they can prepare their own food, and heterotrophy means either they can be dependent on some other organism for the food, or they can even go on. So they are parasitic or they are saprophytic, they are decomposers. Okay, so monerans are prokaryotes, they are unicellular. Okay, then they are nuclear membrane is absent, and they can be autotrophic or heterotrophic. Then comes protista. Now protista are eukaryotic, so they are eukaryotes. Now what are eukaryotes? They can be single celled or they can be multicellular eukaryotes basically. Okay, and they have membrane bound cell organelles. Okay, so they can be single or multicellular, and they have membrane bound cell organelles. Okay, so here protistans are unicellular. As you can see, this they are below this line, and but they are eukaryotes. Okay, so if we talk only about protista, they are eukaryotic. Okay, Cell walls may be present in some. The nuclear membrane here is present because membrane-bound cell organelles are there. They are cellular and they are completely autotrophic and heterotrophic. So either they can be photosynthetic, they can prepare their own food, or they can be dependent on some other organism for food. Okay. Then comes the three kingdom: Plantae, fungi, and Animalia. Okay. Now here we'll take it up one by one. So we'll take plant first. They are eukaryotics. So here, because above this line all the organisms are eukaryote, so they are eukaryotic. Then the cell wall is present. Okay, so they are eukaryotes. Cell wall is there. Okay, and they have tissue or organ. Okay, body organization, and they are autotrophs. They are completely autotrophic. So they prepare their own food. Okay. So plants are eukaryotes and multicellular. Then cell wall is present. They have tissues or organs, and they are autotrophic. Then we come to fungi. Fungi basically is again eukaryotic. So they have membrane-bound cell organelles. Okay, cell wall is present. They also have cell wall. Okay, and then nuclear membrane is present because they're eukaryotes, so they have membrane bound cell organelles. Then they are multicellular, maybe tissue level, and then but they are completely heterotrophic. Like they are either parasitic, they depend on other organisms, or they are decomposers. They saprophytic basically. Okay, so they decompose, they live on decomposes. Yes, okay. Now third is Animalia. Now Animalia, it's again eukaryotic, okay, but cell wall is absent. So the cell doesn't have a cell wall. Nuclear membrane is present. Then it's either tissue, organ, or organ system. Okay, and they are heterotrophic. So they cannot prepare their own food, and they are completely dependent on some other organisms for their food. So this is the entire characteristics of five kingdom classification. Okay, so we can discuss cell type, we can discuss cell wall, nuclear membrane, body organization, and mode of nutrition. Okay, I hope you understood it in detail. This is very important, and it like most frequently comes in the exam, be it the board or even the competitive exams like pre-medical exams. Okay, so if you have not understood anything, if you have any doubt, I would like you to comment below and ask your doubts, and we'll clear it out in maybe the next video. And if you like the video, please share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.